What is good, people? Welcome back to another video. Obviously I'm going to show you how to unlock the infamous V taper today. Now most guys, when they first get into exercise, they want to unlock that V taper, which is basically a slim waist and a nice, you know, V shape, so wide upper body, slim waist. So I'm going to take you through the exercises that you can do to save yourself the time, the effort, and maybe the wasted time and effort doing all these other exercises. I'm going to show you the ones that you can do to get that V taper that much faster. So let's go. So first things first, guys, when we're focusing on that V taper, we're making sure that we get that nice wide upper body, and there's no exercise more perfect to get that wide back than wide grip pull-ups. So again, you can take your pull-ups to a reasonably wide width. I like to go as far as my bars allow me to. Maybe you have a longer bar, it's up to you, but you want to get a wide grip and you just want to make sure that you are coming all the way up, down, up, down with good form. That's going to build up the lats, which is going to make the back look wider. You know, when you see people do that pose, it's the lats that are coming out, so that's going to build the lats. To take it to the next level now, we're going to add some weight. So I've got a little weight vest here just to demonstrate. This is not a crazy amount of weight, but you get the gist. Or for some people it might be a lot, I don't know, but you can use a weight vest, a dip belt with weight on it, anything that's going to make the pull-ups harder, which obviously is going to increase the intensity of the pull-up, and then that way we're making the back do more work and it's going to get wider even faster, guys. Now reps wise, anything as low as 4 or 5 is suitable enough. If you're a beginner, I'd probably say start with body weight until you can build up to about 8 to 10 solid reps before we start adding weight, but that's really going to put some width on your back. So again, focusing on the lats. Obviously the arms are going to get some work as well, but if you're really working that V taper, guys, you got to be doing your pull-ups. Now if you can't do a pull-up, you may have to do lat pull downs or something like that, but for me, I would prefer to do the pull-up because you're going to get more bang for your buck out of the pull-up. So everybody knows that a good V taper consists of broad shoulders or wide shoulders. So first thing we're going to focus on, well, sorry, the first shoulder exercise we're going to be focusing on is a lateral raises. Now this is going to work the outer part of the shoulder, but it's gonna again help with the width of the shoulder, help with that 3D look. And again, lateral raise is very easy to perform. You can do it with a resistance band, you can do it with weights, however you want to do it, machine, it's up to you, cables, anyway. But just make sure that you're hitting those laterals to really help to get those 3D shoulders, and that's going to make your physique appear a lot wider, guys. Now the next shoulder exercise we're going to do, which I would recommend, is just going into a straight overhead press. Again, this is going to help to build the front shoulder. Again, we want nice, well-rounded shoulders. That is going to help with that V taper physique, guys, and really help to give that impression of that slimmer waist and wide upper body. Now since we hit the side delt and the front delt, we want to make sure that we're hitting the rear delts. The shoulders are very, very important to give that sort of physique. So again, we can just come here and we can just work the rear delts. Now some people like to go more backwards, some people like to go more to the side. It all depends on where you feel the most in your rear delt. Everyone is slightly different. You're going to perform the movement a little bit different, but wherever you can feel that tension in your rear delt is where you want to focus on, guys. Now the rear delt again is going to accentuate that thick shoulder look, help with the V taper, make you look nice and wide up top, and again gonna look quality. Since we're already on the bench, we're now gonna focus on an incline press, guys. We want to make sure the upper chest is looking right, and this bench is really hot from the sun. Give me 1 second, Jesus. Woo! All right, so we really want to make sure that we're hitting the upper chest. Again, it's going to hit the front delt as well, so we have to make sure that we are getting some upper chest work in, and the incline press is going to do the best job at making sure that the upper chest is looking what it needs to look like. Now the chest itself is again going to accentuate that wide look guys, you want to make sure that your chest is nice and wide. It's got some thickness and some fullness to it as well, which is really going to accentuate that V taper look. Now if pressing isn't really your thing, you can always go into some incline flies. Again, it is going to target or bias the upper chest a little bit more because we're at an incline, but it's really going to help to get that width on the chest, build it up just like that. Now obviously we've got another chest movement. It's going to be the dip. Now the dip again is going to help build up that chest width. Obviously you can see my chest expands as I come down, and again that's going to help to build a wider and also a thicker chest. It's going to help the lower chest as well mainly, but it's going to contribute to the V taper physique. Now bodyweight dips are quality. We want to take it to the next level, so what we can focus now on is adding some weight, guys. So again, similar to the pull-ups, we can just throw on a weight vest, a dip belt, you know, anything of that nature. Even a resistance band, you can loop it around you and put it around the bottom of the dip belt. But we're just adding weight to make it more intense, and that way we don't have to do a crazy amount of reps to reach the same goal, guys. Now if all you got is body weight, or you're a beginner and all you can use is your body weight, that's fine. But if you have access to a weighted vest or a dip belt, I would say start doing those, get to about 6-7 reps, and then gradually progress as the reps get higher as well. Now guys, people underestimate how much arms contribute to a V taper physique. Trust me, I was one of those people. I used to think, oh, arms don't really matter that much to give me that wide look, but there's nothing better than a thick set of arms to go along with the physique. It's really going to help. So we're going to keep it very basic. You can obviously do dumbbell curls very easily. Going to focus on the bicep, do most of the work that you need to get done, and then also you've got hammer curls that you can do. That's going to work the brachialis, so the side here, more than obviously the dumbbell curls. Now again, we want to make sure that the weight is sufficient enough to get the intensity that we need. The reps don't have to be super high, guys. You don't have to do, you know, an unlimited amount of curls to get the arms that you want. Just make sure that it's again between that, again, low as 5, high as maybe 8, and then once you start to go past 8, 9, 10, progress the weight again, go back down to 5 or 6 reps, and we just keep that momentum flowing to build those arms. But that's definitely going to contribute to the V taper physique. Now if you don't have weights and you're more of a Cali guy and you still want to get the V taper, what you're going to do is the supinated pull up. So that means your palms are facing towards you, guys, and you can literally just pull. Now if you can pull to your chest, quality. If you can't, then obviously you want your chin to clear the bar. However, it's still going to build those arms, and it's going to hit the back as well. So supinated pull-ups is going to give you, again, 2 times for your sail, double bang for your butt, the back and the biceps are getting the work. And again, it's going to really help to get a wide back and obviously beef up your arms as well. Now if you want to go for the hammer curl, then obviously you can go for the neutral or the hammer grip, whatever you want to call this grip. Again, it's like a monkey bar grip rather than the palms facing towards you. Your hands are like this, and again that's just going to work the outside of the biceps, still working the back, but it's a like for like switch, guys. If you don't have dumbbells, if you don't have weights, all those things. So those are some more options that you can use to get that V taper going. Now folks, we want to make sure that the midsection is on point to finalize, to finish off the V taper. So you want the abs showing, and we're going to have to work the abs. Now listen, caveat here, working your abs is not going to burn off the body fat in order for them to see them. You are going to have to do your conditioning, you are going to have to do your cardio, whether that's a treadmill, whether that's the bike, whether that's playing sports, swimming, skipping, rowing. There's so many options. You should not be using that as an excuse, but your body fat needs to be low enough. And once it is, that's when we can really start to work on focusing, sculpting the abs. So again, you can do hanging knee raises, but however, with the knee raises, this is probably going to do your hip flexors more than anything. So I like to bring them right up to really get that crunch on the abs. just like that, and you're going to feel it a lot more in your core by doing them that way. Now if you're a bit more advanced, obviously you can do some toes to bar. Really going to work the entire midsection, guys. So those are 2 ab exercises that you can do. If you don't have a bar, then obviously you can do things like planks, crunches, oblique bends, you know, all those sort of things. Anything that's going to fire up the midsection, just to give it a bit more sculpt, a bit more definition, things of that nature. And now finally, guys, all this is useless unless the diet and nutrition is on point. You can't be overweight and expecting to have a V-taper physique. You have to make sure your diet and nutrition is clean 80 to 90% of the time. For more people, I'm going to say 90% of the time. That way there's no way that you can, you know, miss the target, miss the bullseye. You want to make sure that you're eating good, healthy meals, guys. You don't have to overdo the portion sizes. You got to make sure that you're drinking water or, you know, beverages that are good for you, that help the system to replenish and refuel and hydrate itself. But for the most part, keep it clean, guys. Keep it normal. Don't overdo the processed foods, and that's really going to help to bring out your physique. There's no point in doing all this work and then you're just putting junk and nonsense back into your system, guys. You know, the proof is in the pudding. As they say, you are what you eat. So if you're eating good, then your body's going to look good. You're going to have that nice V-taper. You're going to go to the beach, you know, do the whole Baywatch vibes, running down the beach, all that good stuff, guys. But those are the exercises that you can do and that I have been doing to help enhance my V-taper physique and help me to achieve my V-taper physique as well, guys. So let me know down in the comments what you think of the exercises, if you have been doing them, and if you have attained your V-taper physique already, guys. But I hope you enjoyed watching. Make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.